Scalapalooza is back in New Bedford. The event was a rousing success last year with hundreds crowding the New Bedford Fishing Heritage Center parking lot on Bethel Street to watch the first annual scallop shucking contest and much more. Last year's event was a tremendous success, as we mentioned. Here to talk about this year is Joe Ritter, Director of Programs at the Fishing Heritage Center. He's going to talk to us about Scalapalooza and some other happenings at the FHC as well. So good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Joe, this Scalapalooza thing has turned out to be a pretty big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the planning is going on right till the last minute here.
You know how some of these big events are, Jim. There are always logistics. There are always challenges. There are always moments where you go, "Oh yeah, did we think about that? Did anybody think about that?" But it's going to be a smashing success. I'm calling it now.
Okay. So as we were talking before we started to record our conversation, you mentioned to me to be a kind of a different configuration.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, sure. So last year, for those of your loyal listeners who attended the 2025 event, they'll recall that most of the action was happening in the Fishing Heritage Center parking lot. We had the stage set up there. We had a full-size scallop dredge. That's where the competition took place. This year, what we've done in order to create less of a crowd of being all smushed into our parking lot, we've actually reoriented where the stage is going to be this year. So this year, the stage itself, where a lot of the action is going to be happening, is actually going to be on the foot of Bethel and Elm Street this year, facing up towards the Whaling Museum. And what's great about that is Bethel Street in that area goes uphill. So it creates a natural amphitheater for people to be able to stand and watch the shucking contest, enjoy some of the live music that's going to be kicking off the event starting at 5 o'clock. We've also got a large Jumbotron screen that we've rented this year that's going to go directly behind the stage. And we've brought on some videographers who are going to be filming the activities going on the stage as they happen, just to provide extra visibility for the people who are craning their necks way in the back this year.
All right. So it's going to be something, I think. For some reason, people love to see these kinds of contests.
Absolutely.
They love to see the competition. A lot of people who show up know the people who are in the competition. Yeah. Describe it, though, for us. How many shuckers are we going to have?
Sure. So, I guess I'll back up here just to say, the event's taking place all evening that night. So we're starting at 5, ending at 8 p.m. The shucking contest itself is going to be at 6:30, and it's going to go quick. So we have put the word out to local scallopers, and the day of the event, we're gonna have 15 scallopers competing in I believe 3 heats, and they are going to be shucking opening 50 scallops against the clock to see who is the fastest. And not only the fastest, we are also going to be judging them on the quality of the knife work and the quality of that scallop meat. So we're hoping that people aren't going to be leaving a lot in the shell or things like that. We're going to have some judges from the fishing industry who, on either side of the stage, watching to make sure that they're doing a nice job. And the winner of the fastest shucker, the guy who does the best job, is going to be crowned New Bedford's top shucker. I got to be careful how I enunciate that. Yeah. They're also going to get a trophy and some other goodies courtesy of the local fishing industry.
Okay, so as we mentioned, this has turned into a very big deal in the fishing community, and
Absolutely.
I think outside to some degree. It's happening on AHA night, 13th of August, from 5 to 8 p.m. If the weather holds, I imagine you'll be packing them in once again. The amazing thing about this is that it's a free admission. There is no charge.
That's right.
You come in, grab your area. I don't know, are you going to have any seating at all?
We are recommending, if you are wanting to sit, it's going to be kind of first come, first serve on Bethel Street there. So if you got a folding chair or a lawn chair you want to bring, you're more than welcome to do that. But again, first come, first serve on that.
Okay. And the center will be open during that time.
That's right.
for families and kids who want to go in, take a browse, look around?
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff that's going to be happening that night beyond just the shucking contest itself. So the center is, as it is always for AHA Nights, open free of charge, so people can come in and explore the exhibits. We're also going to have a kids kind of craft activity area set up inside as well. We're going to have some opportunities to decorate some scallop shells, which is one of my favorite activities we do at the center. We do it a lot. But there are also going to be opportunities to get your face painted inside the center as well. And that's open for kids and adults as well, so don't be discouraged. And then on Bethel Street and in some of the adjacent parking lots on either side of the street, we are going to have some industry and craft vendors who are going to be selling their wares and talking a little bit about their role within the New Bedford and greater South Coast fishing industry. And of course, there's going to be opportunities to enjoy some deliciously locally caught, locally sourced scallops as well. So our friends at Phoenix on the Fly food truck are going to be there again this year, serving up scallops. They're going to be serving up hot dogs and things like that as well. And then Bayside Lounge is coming back to provide some alcoholic beverages. And Cool Lakes Ice Cream is going to be stopping by to hand out ice cream this year, new to this year's event.
Have any trouble lining up the contestants for the shucking contest?
It's never been a problem. I think the problem has always been kind of narrowing it down. There's so much enthusiasm. I've heard a couple stories from some of the local vessel owners that I know that some crew members have requested trips to ensure that they are back so they can compete in this year's competition.
How many total contestants will there be?
It'll be 15 total contestants.
Okay, very good. I'm somewhat amazed about the support that this event gets from the industry itself.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's amazing. Yeah. They step right up. Your newsletter says 70 commercial fishing vessels and more than a dozen fishing-related businesses are financially supporting this one-night event.
Well, you said earlier, Jim, that, shucking contests have always been a really important cultural thing here in New Bedford, and that is true. And
going back to Working Waterfront Festival and probably beyond.
Absolutely. I mean, going back to the 1950s and 1960s, at least, from the days of the New Bedford Scallop Festival that was held on Pope's Island. None of these events, our event, the shucking contest that happened during the days of the Working Waterfront Festival, or those earlier contests, could have been possible at all without the input of the fishing industry and the local fishing community. And when I say that they stepped up to the plate, both this year and last year, I mean it. And so I was just updating the website this morning. We've got over 80 vessels now who have sponsored this event. And yes, over a dozen fishing industry businesses and adjacent businesses who have come out to support this event. And we literally could not have done it without their support.
You are listening to Town Square Sunday. I'm Jim Phillips. My guest is Joe Ritter, who's the program's director at the New Bedford Fishing Heritage Center. We've been talking about Scallopalooza, but there's a few other things going on I'd like to talk about. Your archivist, Connor Gaudette, is doing some special work with scrapbooks.
That's right.
Give us a short recitation on that.
Sure. Well, he is always a busy man when he is working at the center. We are constantly getting new objects, photographs, archival documents that are being donated to the center by members of the fishing community here locally and regionally. Over the past year or so, we were the beneficiaries of a large collection of scrapbooks that were donated, and they are essentially compilings of newspaper clippings about the fishing industry from, I would say, I think about the 1970s through into the 20th century, which is an incredible archival trove to have for research for our exhibits and for research from members of the public who are interested in utilizing this. However, as is sometimes the case, some of the objects that we receive sometimes aren't always in the best conditions. That's not necessarily anybody's fault. That's just the environment of the world. Humidity, heat, they all take their toll on objects when they're that old. And a lot of these scrapbooks came to our collection covered in mold. So our archivist has been practicing some good archival management skills these last couple of months. And he's been sitting down and doing mold remediation. He's been sitting down with a brush and literally cleaning off these newspaper pages to try to salvage as many as we can. And that's not only going to protect that collection, but it'll also protect our larger collection as well. Mold spreads, as we know. So we are ensuring that we can preserve all of the things that have been entrusted to our collection.
This work is painstaking.
Absolutely.
How many scrapbooks is Connor working on now?
I think the initial haul of scrapbooks that were donated is about 70 scrapbooks total. I would say a large chunk of them, probably 20 or 30 or so, had significant mold on them when we received them. I think so far he's gotten through about 20, and that's an all-day activity when he is here.
Sure,
9 to 5. Yeah.
Every Wednesday through August, the center is offering a story time period for small children. It is something you folks, I think, pride yourself on doing, not, excluding. No one is excluded at the Fishing Heritage Center, even little kids.
Well, and it's something, that my volunteers have wanted to do for a really long time. They've been looking for ways to engage new audiences. And one of the things we've been talking about this summer is how do we reach kids and families who are maybe looking for things to do this summer before school gets back in. And they're looking for something that is fun, but also engaging and educational. Perhaps educational in disguise a little bit. So yeah, we're hosting every Wednesday through the end of August at 11 o'clock. We are hosting a little story time. We've got a lot of books that have been donated or we've bought on consignment that are available in our gift shop. And we'll be just going through the stack, reading each one of them. And of course, kids and family have the opportunity to come, to engage, to ask questions, to recommend some of their own favorite books that we can read during story time. And of course, explore our exhibits while they're there. I should say, too, that these story hours are free, although donations are always encouraged.
Starts at 11 a.m. every Wednesday through August. Didn't get to this soon enough, really, but you still have a couple of weeks to get involved.
That's right.
Enjoy some free time at the New Bedford Fishing Heritage Center, which is located on Bethel Street, at the bottom of Bethel Street. So you ought to check it out. Last but not least, Joe, tickets are now available for the Seafood Soiree. Now, that's being held Tuesday, September 15th, 5:30 to 8 at Cisco Kitchen and Brewery, 1483 East Rodney French Boulevard. And this is your biggest fundraiser.
That's right.
And it's really kind of a wonderful night out for folks. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's our largest kind of gala that we host every year, and certainly one of our largest events. Scallopalooza might be giving it a run for its money at this point. But this is always a lot of fun. It's one of our signature events, and it's a fun opportunity to get dressed up, to come down to the waterfront on a beautiful evening, perhaps to rub shoulders with a lot of important figures in the fishing industry. And most importantly, it's a great opportunity to sample some of this region's finest seafood. So we are inviting 20 local chefs from in New Bedford, Fairhaven, and the surrounding area to come that evening and prepare a signature seafood dish. Now, these are small plates, but let me tell you, they are still very healthy portions. And it is a broad array of all of the local seafood that we bring in here to the Port of New Bedford. So certainly lots of scallops, lots of lobsters, lots of ground fish, but interesting things too, like skate, like squid dishes, crab ceviche we've had a number of years, monkfish. We've had some swordfish in the past as well. And it's, like I said, it's a great little event to enjoy the local seafood, to support a great local organization at the same time. This year, we're also going to be hosting a live auction that's going to be happening at the end of the event. At the end of the event, we're going to be raffling off a number of fun items and some really fun experiences as well. So stay tuned for details about that.
Seafood Soiree, September 15th, Tuesday, 5:30 to 8 at Cisco Kitchen and Brewery. How can people get tickets?
So tickets are now available through our website, fishingheritagecenter.org. Ticket price is $150 general public, but FHC members do receive a discount. They get a discount where their ticket will be $125. So it's a wonderful opportunity to become a member.
All right. So the ticket information is out. Again, Seafood Soiree. It is the big fundraiser for the Fishing Heritage Center in New Bedford, and it's a wonderful night out for sure. All right. My guest has been Joe Ritter, Director of Programs at the New Bedford Fishing Heritage Center. Joe, good luck with Scalapalooza. I'm amazed that 500 people showed up. Now, look, you got it on AHA night, and you've got kind of a built-in audience a little bit, but I think you're going to have a lot more than 500 this time.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah.
Again, Scalapalooza is the 13th. There's free admission there. Joe, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Coming up, we'll have more details on AHA Night in August. That's when Town Square Sunday continues.